Уважаемый господин председатель, уважаемые дамы и господа.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank and congratulate the President of the Arab Republic of Egypt for the excellent organization of the 27th session of the COP and commend their hospitality and efforts to ensure a successful conference. The world has changed dramatically since Glasgow. We are moving further away from meeting the temperature goals of the Paris Agreement. We're stymied by disagreements on key issues on the climate agenda. At the same time, we see the imposition of artificial restrictions that are degrading the quality and dramatically increasing the cost of living in many countries. The global energy crisis, which began in 2021 following the COVID pandemic, threatens to stall the global energy transition and impede the achievement of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Rising inflation and sovereign debt pose additional challenges for developing countries and make it more important than ever to scale up climate finance and provide easier access to the needed resources. The least developed and small island developing states face an especially vulnerable situation. Russia is pursuing a consistent active policy to prevent climate change and adapt to its adverse impacts in full compliance with the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement. We are convinced of the need to maintain the Convention as the key platform for multilateral coordination of measures to combat climate change. Over the past year, our country has developed a broad set of tools to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in various sectors of the economy and achieve carbon neutrality. An experiment on the formation of a carbon market launched in one of Russia's regions has made it possible to introduce carbon pricing for greenhouse gas emissions and provide additional financial impetus for their reduction. A roadmap for the implementation of a long-term low-carbon development strategy, which will include measures for decarbonization of the energy sector, hydrogen generation, electrification of transport, and energy efficiency is being developed. We are paying great attention to development of science as well as the introduction of frontline technologies. Russia has declared a decade of science and technology, and a nationwide greenhouse gas monitoring system has been created. Unprecedented funding has been allocated for digitalization and improvement of national reporting under the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement. These steps will attract additional public and private funding and provide new and more reliable scientific data on the state of the global climate and the impact of the energy transition on global and national economies. We express serious concern at plans by certain states and regional associations to revise previous commitments on the pretext of a difficult geopolitical situation. Russia has warned of the negative consequences of the race to climate ambition when the declaration of carbon neutrality was made without a proper strategy or resource and financial support. Parties to the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement have the right to choose their own means of achieving the climate goals. President, the future progress of multilateral efforts to combat climate change depends on this conference. We have an obligation to present tangible outcomes to the whole international community and to future generations. Developed countries must demonstrate in action real leadership and scale up financial resources and technology to developing countries. We need a unified vision for the future of climate finance and a just solution for loss and damage, and one that is acceptable to all. It's important to take adaptation measures seriously in different regions of the world, from the equator to the polar latitudes. We must also lay the basis for the upcoming global stocktake in 2023 and to fully launch cooperation mechanisms under Article 6 of the Paris Agreement. The success of the conference will demonstrate, despite all our differences, our ability to respond together to the global challenges of our time. I thank you.